I really say I was tired of lying on the bed fighting the heat and the boredom? It has definitely not been boring these past 2 days with our hurricane or our 2 earthquakes. Stay tuned, everybody. I'll show you the debris. Actually, we had what is called a hurricane. It really wasn't too awful, but it was definitely different. So in this video, it's a little bit of a departure from the normal hair care, face, and fashion. You're going to see us doing some preparations for heavy rains. As you know, our little cottage, which is almost 100 years old, is on a hillside. We back up to a hill up there, and then we're here, and then we go down in the front to a hillside. So we did have to take some precautions, and Micah and Colleen were quite busy doing things, as I was, taking care of plants because we were expecting real high winds, and my succulents couldn't take all the water. I was out there at 6:30 and I had the camera going to show you the debris all over the place. Now, Colleen did have 4 trees come down. We really just had a lot of the debris that falls from palm trees. As you know, I think you've seen pictures of the property here. I think we must have a dozen really old and very, very high palm trees. And they were swaying in the winds, and I was wondering if they were going to come down, but bits and pieces of them came, but none of them came toppling. Colleen had 3 of them fall. They were actually the banana palm trees, which are a bit more fragile, and they just fell over, 3 of them, into the pool. So they had a bit of cleanup. They also lost an olive tree in the front of the house, which did fall on Micah's car, but the part that fell on the car was actually the top of the tree. So fortunately, that didn't do any damage. If you're interested, you will see some of the things. It was quite unusual for California, as you all know. And my brothers were calling from the East Coast to find out what we were doing in the way of preparations for the high winds and the hurricane. Actually, it was downgraded from a tornado. But no one expected the earthquakes. Well, earthquakes, they're sort of native to our land, and that we're used to, although we haven't had any in quite a while that I've felt. Years ago, when we had our family house, we did feel some very severe ones. So I will take you outside today. On Saturday morning, we had a wonderful brunch up at our daughter Margie's house. And this had been planned for, honestly, about a month. And I put some clips on there. I hope you enjoy it. You know, just a little bit of family. On this video, you'll see my little tour this morning of the little bits of damage and everything that was done. And also a very clever thing that Micah did on the front of our little cottage here. I look out, there's a big picture window in front of me here, and I love this window because it's all natural light. And this is my favorite spot indoors to be able to film. But there's a little pathway out there and a short little wall, and then it goes downhill. So we have the big hill in the back, then us, and then downhill. And Micah rigged up some tarps, really heavy, dark tarps. And this morning when I got up, the whole room was black. Micah just built a tent between our cottage and the wall that goes down a hill, down, down, down. He was concerned that the water was building up on that walkway. All sorts of precautions going on here since we're on a hillside. It's raining quite heavily now. You can see from the outside there, bringing it down and down the hillside instead of building up on the walkway to weaken the wall. But you know what? It kept the water away from the house and the wall. He did something that I'm going to show you the pictures of. I'll show you the pictures of that too. And what else did I put on this video? Had a little picture of our breakfast Sunday morning. All the damage actually started mostly during the night last night. It was very heavy rain all day Sunday, but most of the high winds started in the early evening last night and went most of the night. And I'll walk around a little bit outside with you. In fact, I think we'll do a trunk talk. You know, I want to show you my trunk. It's loaded with all the cushions. Now this morning, believe it or not, the sun came out about 9 o'clock and Moosey went out and I got his cushions for his chair out and got the umbrella out of the shed, put that up, and he was in seventh heaven. The sun was out, it was warm, it was beautiful. In fact, the sun has been out all day. So this little traveling hurricane traveled through our area, did get out to several other states. It did travel up north as well. So, and all the rest of the kids had the normal winds and rains, but no real damage, thank God. Right now is just a typical rainy Sunday morning. Light rain right now. No wind, no thunder, no lightning, just a typical Sunday, and I am having my very favorite breakfast. Everything bagels with cream cheese, lots of sweet onions, tomatoes from the garden, lots of pepper, and my salmon, which I will smother all over the top. This is the way we do it. And then I will put it on here. Seal this. Oh boy. On Saturday morning, we had a wonderful brunch up at our daughter Margie's house. And this had been planned for, honestly, about a month. She wanted to have her 3 sons and the hubs and her 2 little granddaughters, a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old two little girls. And so this had been planned for a long time, and we'd been looking forward to it. So Saturday was a nice day. They had already predicted about this hurricane coming, but it was nice. It wasn't bad, but they were telling everybody to start with the preparations and precautions. So we knew we had kind of a busy afternoon to get all the cushions and the pots and plants and things that had to be moved and things that had to be covered up and various other things. So we went up there early, and Margie had set out a beautiful brunch, and we had such a great time. Her oldest son, Riley, is a dispatcher with the LA Fire Department, and he only could come. He stopped by on his way to work. He was on his way into the Charger game. He was working. You know, they have a lot of the police and fire department and emergency and security on the floor during games, all ready to take care of emergencies. And we found out that he had worked the week before at the Taylor Swift concert. So he was able to tell us all about that. We had a granddaughter, and Mikey's wife went with the two little girls, and our granddaughter Bridget went with two of her little girls. So we had some representations at the Taylor Swift concert. So we got to see Riley for a while, and then he left. And then Colin and his wife Brianna and the two little babies came. And of course, Aiden, her youngest son, he was there too. So we had a great time. Mike didn't quite get home from work in time, but we had a lot of fun. Here.
Potatoes.
Ooh, these are your specialty. Yeah.
Taters, got some bacon.
Oh.
Sausages.
Yum. A family feast.
Yeah, this is a breakfast pizza.
And this is one of the things you made with your...
Okay, this I made of resin, and this is all Kathy's mother's jewelry.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this old pearl necklace that I unstrung. Here's some old, like,
This is her mother-in-law's
vintage
old
earrings.
jewelry. And Margie does resin work. Isn't that beautiful? What a great idea.
Pretty.
So how thick was all this?
This is pretty thick, so I could
Pearls?
shove the pearls into the mold.
Yes. What a clever thing. Do you still do a
Because
lot
I would
of
never
that?
wear them. They're kind of just too old-fashioned for me.
What a wonderful
So,
idea.
Yeah, I love that. I put a little chain in the bottom of it.
Yeah, I do too.
Cute.
Clever. They're water balls. Oh, uh-oh. Reusable water balls. What are they going to think of next? Show me.
Show Nanny. Put it on her feet. Get Nanny's feet.
Show. Show. 1, 2, 3.
Go.
Oh, got Nanny's piggies all wet, Marge. Oh,
Peyton, get your feet wet.
you do it. Oh.
Okay. She does something and she drops it, she'll go.
Oh, no. Whoa, here's a collection of some really unusual planters. Oh, I love these string of pearls. I don't have any of these. Margie has some nice succulents here. Nice. Look at this one. And some creative planters.
Chocolation, hiding up in village, very great of it, then riding via fed, get just faster. Hoop, 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 and the kind of island.
25 years ago, Margie and Mom.
Where is your?
She likes
And
glitter.
see Nanny's
Like
pretty
Gigi.
bracelet? Yeah. And she loved my earrings too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you did. You did. And then we got home about 12:30, sitting outside, deciding what we were going to do about what had to go in, and of course cushions. And I use my car, as you know, as a storage place too, besides my shed, which is loaded with stuff anyway. But while we were sitting out there, Brendan came down with the 3 boys that had been visiting for several days. Moosey wanted to see them. They were getting ready to fly back up north. And they had had a wonderful day. They had been to 2 baseball games. They're on the baseball team up there at the college. And they're sports guys to the 10th degree. And Moosey had a great time sitting out. They visited while we were outside, just for a little while before they were ready to leave. And they were talking baseball, had a wonderful time. They went to a Dodger game with great seats right behind the home plate, up in the restaurant in the special place. Forget, what do you call that, Moosey? The VIP area?
Yeah.
Is that it? Micah had gotten them some great tickets. And then the following night they went to the Angel game and they got to see
Ohtani was hitting, and he hit a grand slam homer.
Ohtani hit
Is his last name?
a grand slam. It's Ohtani's the last name?
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, that wonderful player on the Angels team hit a grand slam homer, and they were just going home with all kinds of tales. So you'll see just a little picture of them too.
I think so.
I
too.
saw him last year.
Heisman, maybe he could win the Heisman,
Heisman watch,
too.
yeah.
He's in the box, I know, for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he could win the Heisman?
Yeah.
I think he's like second, was he third?
Third, yeah,
third
second,
or
the
fourth.
USC
He's up
guy,
there.
Caleb Williams, and then maybe like one other,
Maybe like North Carolina guy or something.
Can you imagine the recruiting they're going to do?
Oh yeah, we'd have so many new players coming.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Can't wait for these football games.
Oh yeah, Big Ten.
Now, you're probably wondering about my little pets. As you know, they're outdoor cats. However, my Shamu does not like to be out in the rain or if there's thunder or anything like that. So every time I went to open the door, starting on Saturday night, Shamu would make a beeline in. But he has, what's that indoor, claustrophobic, really, house claustrophobia. He loves to be in, but he wants that door open a little bit. So we wanted the breezes to come in anyway. So he spent most of the time indoors and felt very, very special because Ghost went and found some place in the shed. So he was a little more adventurous. But today, guess who wants to be in all the time?
I looked that word up. It's CATS-trophobic.
CAT-trophobic is what Moosey thinks he has. No, that's what Moosey has, I think, right?
I get locked in, I have to get out because I'm a cat.
That's a good one, Moose. CAT-trophobic.
Okay.
I like that. And I'll walk around a little bit outside with you. In fact, I think we'll do a trunk talk. You know, I want to show you my trunk. It's loaded with all the cushions. Now, this morning, believe it or not, the sun came out about 9 o'clock, and Moosey went out, and I got his cushions for his chair out, and got the umbrella out of the shed, put that up, and he was in seventh heaven. The sun was out, it was warm, it was beautiful. In fact, the sun has been out all day. So this little traveling hurricane traveled through our area, did get out to several other states. It did travel up north as well. So, and all the rest of the kids had the normal winds and rains, but no real damage, thank God. Here I am in my car again. I use this, thank heavens I have this nice trunk for everything. But I've got all the pillows stacked up from the chairs and from the glider. Now Micah did take the head off the glider, so we do have that off. But I have to put all these back again. This is my only job. I will be doing this, and I will be bringing in the succulents because they want the sunshine, and it looks like the sun is out. It's a beautiful day. The good part is it's not too hot. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's delightful, and I think it's going to stay like this for just a couple days, not too awfully long, and then we'll be back up in the 90s, 95. I think in California we won't really get any real fall until probably somewhere around the end of September. If that, sometimes in October it can get quite hot too. So I have to get busy carting some of these things out now. So I'll catch you later, and stay tuned for my next. I think you're going to enjoy this this next video. And then we are going to start, and I promise we're going to start making my little froggy garden, not fairy garden, but my froggy garden, where I'm going to work with the pots, with the broken pots, the dirt, the frogs, and some succulents. It's going to be fun, and we will do that together. I'm even going to break out my new drill that I bought myself almost a year ago and haven't used it yet. So stay tuned. Bye. So this is part of the wall where we had the tarps coming from up here, the overhead, and they went right from here down and over. And down here is a slope that goes all the way down to the road. So it worked. Now we have to fold these things up until the next rain comes, supposedly our El Nino in the fall. I do think it's time that this has to come down. And by the way, we've decided to replace this rather than build a whole new patio at this point in our aging years and everything. I think we'll be just as happy with a new tarp. So it's not a tarp, it's a new canvas top, because the frame of this is quite good. In the next video, I have a couple of things I want to talk about. In my browsing YouTube, I did find a great YouTube that I'm going to discuss. He is a proctologist. He's a doctor, a colon and rectal surgeon, and I learned so much about that little taboo subject that we discuss from time to time, the constipation that affects so many of us as we age. And I hear Moosey making some noises over there, but I know you like it when I do discuss these facts. It can't all be about hair and makeup and fashion, because in these aging years, we do have a lot of other things going on, and it's good to discuss them. And especially this great doctor, he handles this subject with humor and respect, and I just loved him. And we are going to talk about that with some of the new things that I have learned and some of the myths that he told me about. You know how we chow down on the fiber? Well, guess what? There's some other things instead of the fiber that we should be eating. That's kind of a myth, he says. And he's an expert. He should know, huh? And by the way, he's so cute. The terminology that he uses is cute. He calls it poop. What do you think, Mose?
You're giving away the whole show.
Okay, he says I'm giving away too much. I won't talk any more about it, but tune in next time, because I think pretty much for sure that will be our next video, all about what you should know and what I have just learned a lot of new things about how to handle this, which affects so many men and women in their aging years. So as I said, this is not the normal video. I do want to thank you for you're all binging and having fun watching our other videos. I thank you so much for joining us and being here with us all during our fun times of just living the simple life on the little cottage here and enjoying our golden years. Right now, it's going to be a little busy, but we do have Colleen and Micah do have a gardener, and I don't want any of you worrying about the fact that I'm going to dig in. I will be taking care of my own pots and plants and things, but the gardener is going to take care of them. And Micah, of course, will take care of all the cleanup that you will see in this video. So don't think I'm going to be out there doing it. I will be very, very careful. In fact, I'm very careful. I was careful this morning stepping over things too. I'm definitely watching my step out there for a day or two. So it's time to say goodbye because I'm going to go out and I'm going to get some more cushions out of the car. Everything's over, the sun is shining, and my succulents are just saying, get me out of this shed. We want some sunshine. So that's where I'm going. Thank you all so much for watching the videos, for commenting. I love all your comments, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Bye for now. I just love you all, and God bless us all.